Welcome to J&J Adventures, where two friends turn their curiosity into stories made for you. Now introducing your hosts, Jake and Josh.
Hello, welcome to episode 19. I think that's what it is. Episode 19 of J&J Adventures. This is a podcast where we pretty much talk about whatever we want to talk about. We have some sorts of structure, but really we just talk about our lives, talk about adventures, talk about things that you guys,
the deep stuff.
you might want to listen to, you might not.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're both kind of in a funk today.
Yeah, it's been rough getting set up today.
It's been a funk, but we're
It's been a great day.
It's been a great day. It's
Yeah.
just
But ever
when
since
you have
Jake didn't get his nap, it's been a little rough.
when you have great days, sometimes that comes with a little bit of funk
Yeah.
at the end of it because you're tired.
Nothing wrong with that.
You're tired.
Yeah.
Well, we have a lot to talk about. This is our beer episode. So we're gonna talk about beer. We have, oh shoot, where's that thing at? Let me grab it. It's in my bag with the beers on it from the place that we're gonna talk
What are
about.
we doing? Pause.
No, we're not pausing. Yeah,
Pause.
go ahead, talk.
Oh, I guess I'm just getting talk. So yeah, anyway, I guess I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about today's adventure, about the beer that we're drinking today. So we're doing things a little differently. Our drink of the day is a beer, which should surprise some people because it's not bourbon. But we went to Fretboard, which is a little off the beaten path for a West Sider. But we went up to Blue Ash. We went there, and dude, it place was phenomenal.
It was really cool.
They don't sponsor us or anything, but not to like toot their own horn, but they're doing a great job.
Yeah, it was really cool. I'm glad we ended up going there. We went up to Kenwood to kind of just. I need a new laptop, so I went up to the Apple store. Yeah, and I just wanted to
Look at it, just to look at it, and which I know,
Pretty
dude.
much.
I've been there.
especially
I
when
know
you're
how it
spending
is.
that much money
Yeah.
on something, you
Dude,
just want to
that's-
look at it and touch it. And,
You're buying a 1978 or no, you're buying a 1989 Honda Accord.
Yeah.
with how much that thing costs.
yeah, it's
or actually, like,
expensive.
Yeah, dude, it's expensive.
All right, go ahead and crack that bad boy open. But I'll talk about a little bit. So yesterday we actually went. We had two adventures this past 2 days. It wasn't. They're not crazy adventures. But yesterday we went to Westside Brewing. I really wanted to watch the FC Cincinnati game. They ended up winning 2-0. And Josh actually made a couple of bets. And he won, what, $42?
Yep.
$42. He won $42 on bets that he can't withdraw.
Nope.
But it is what it is. It doesn't really matter. There's a betting app on the internets that Josh can bet live betting. So for those of you,
It's a lot of fun until I realized that I won over $100 and
this smells
I
interesting.
can't take it out.
you said
of
this
there.
is 12%,
It's 12.2%. It's on
and
the card.
this one is the.
Lego Beast. It's Imperial Stout. This is not on there.
Of course, the one that
Of course it's not on
the
there.
one that we're not drinking.
But anyway,
It
it's
has it on the can.
it's
It
Lego
has it on the
Beast. It's
can.
Imperial Stout. It's aged in bourbon barrels. Didn't know that, but that makes it exciting.
Yeah.
With maple syrup and coffee added. They do serve this in house, and then they also do. The place is great. I don't want to boast about it too
Yeah.
long, but like. $12 pitchers on Mondays, $15 pitchers on Wednesdays.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff's on tap. $10 crowlers to go, cans to go, and then
So the place, the color scheme, it was black and brown.
12%.
Fretboard is the name. Josh informed me a little bit about what a fretboard is. Go ahead and inform the people.
Well, for you folks that don't know, the fretboard is the neck of a guitar because that's where the frets are, and it's really cool though. I feel like they did drop the ball a little bit on this. Have you ever been to a brewery? You get a flight of beer sometimes that you want to try them, and they usually come on a piece of wood. And I really think they missed out on not using old fretboards.
Yeah.
But the logo, it's really close to 3-point because there's 3 dots. But if you really look at it close, you can tell it's a guitar.
It is cool though. It is cool. But we wrote down a couple of things. One, I'm pretty sure they have live music there. They have
absolutely.
a stage. The $12 pitcher of the India Session Pilsner was delicious. It was really light, and I'm not really into session ales or IPAs or anything like that. But it was super easy to drink. That was the Mellow Ship.
Yeah.
It's also available in 6-pack cans.
And that's the only one they have available for $12 pitcher
on Mondays. And then you had the are we going to use this for Tubby time? You had the mac and cheese.
Well, we can talk
rolls.
about that. Yeah. Well, I wrote down some things. The food, I was just so eager to get food, and I couldn't walk out of there without getting them. But dude, they were mac and cheese with cream cheese and bacon and an egg roll with like, it almost was like cayenne pepper and Grippo seasoning on
Yeah.
it. And then they give you buffalo sauce to dip in them.
Oh, it was so good.
Ooh, they're good.
It was
And there's
good.
a full menu there. That's one thing a lot of breweries lack is not having real food. Like West Side does their food trucks, and then Mad Tree, they serve
They have their
pizza.
pizza
But this is like a full restaurant barbecue joint.
Yeah.
And then also I thought something that was cool about it was the Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah.
We got to play some
Mario Kart.
And then the only thing that's bad about it, that's not bad because we kind of talked about it after we left, it's in a weird area.
It is. It's up in Blue Ash.
It's in an industrial part of
Yeah,
town.
it's great because they're around a bunch of let's say this. It's bad for us, but for people
Yeah.
in Blue Ash, it's a great great area because you're going just there. You're not
Yeah.
it's not there's not a bunch of bars or anything around it. You're going just there. All right, we've talked enough about this awesome place. Let's try it. Let's
do
try
have
this
two beers
beer.
to try, but
We
we're
have
only
2
gonna do
beers
one.
to try, but we're going to try this one. Maybe we'll try the other
You
one
can go first.
later.
Definitely smells like maple syrup.
I'm going to go first.
Yeah.
So this one is what is it again?
Lego Beast.
I know, but what is the
It's alcohol
Imperial
content
Stout.
is it's Imperial Stout. It's 12% alcohol. It's 40 IBUs.
So stouts usually have a coffee aftertaste. Okay, I guess you're going first.
You can still go.
All right, coffee aftertaste. By the way, this is my favorite glass I own. I am a beer glass connoisseur. I actually have a giant glass collection. I mean, I probably have 50 or so glasses over there.
Yeah, probably. I'd
It's
say.
probably a
Yeah,
good amount.
Probably more.
But this is my favorite one. It's from Brink Brewing. It's one
I
of
like
their
the
artist.
hippie one.
It's
I
one of their
almost use
artist
the
glass.
hippie one.
The Brink Brewing
For
over there.
Love Hop.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna give this a taste. That you can definitely taste maple. It's interesting. You taste the coffee like a normal stout. That's definitely a sipper. It's not something that you're gonna drink real fast.
The maple's only an aftertaste. I like it. I
It's
like
good.
it.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Are we gonna start ranking beers now? We can open up the drink of the day to beers. Guess what? This is our podcast.
Well,
we can
I
do
mean,
whatever we damn well please.
It's drink of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it matters. I
No.
think we just rank it and how much
Yeah.
we like it.
All right, go ahead. You rank it first. Go ahead, rank it first.
Okay,
I'm gonna get another sipsy.
You know what? I liked it a lot until now. It sat in my mouth for a while, and now all I think of is maple syrup. So I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like honestly, if
I
you
actually like
the
maple syrup. So I
well,
don't-
if you're eating dinner or breakfast for dinner, or you just like the drink in the morning, this is the beer for you. But I'm gonna give it a. I'm gonna give it like a 6.8.
okay. Question for you. Since you've seen the movie Super Troopers, you have seen it, right?
Correct, multiple times.
Have you ever
a mustache?
have you ever chugged syrup?
No, I don't want to.
I've done it before.
That's
I
ridiculous.
did it as a kid.
Yeah,
It's actually not as bad as you think.
yeah,
It's pretty bad,
yeah.
but it's not as bad as you think. Because I feel like you think it's gonna be like.
Yeah, with those little thin lips, you ain't gonna be chugging.
All right. Let me get a third taste. All right, hold on. Let me get a fourth taste. No, I'm just kidding. I would give this. I've already kind of said a little bit about it. You get the coffee aftertaste. It's a typical stout, but it's definitely got that maple taste. I'm giving it a 6.5.
Yeah, I was gonna go there. Good score.
Yeah, I like it.
score.
I like it. But am I going to get it again?
No.
Probably not.
Not gonna.
But we don't really like these kind of beers.
No,
we wanted
no.
something.
I wish
the
we
other
would've-
one.
we
the
should have
other-
cracked open the other
The other one, and we can finish this and then crack open the other one.
Yeah,
That's
we can do
fine.
that. Halftime.
I'll keep talking and you can go get the beer or something.
I don't want to get up though.
Not too bad. All right, so let's get into Tubby Time.
Tubby time.
Welcome to Tubby Time. This is where two fat guys just talk about, fat guy things. We talk about things that come to mind when we're just being ourselves. And by fat, it's, fat is a feeling, you know what I mean? People can call you fat,
Yeah.
but you need to accept it. You need to own it.
PHAT. Fat. That's the kind of fat I am. I'm a fat guy.
Sure. Yep. All right. So I wrote down a couple things. The very first thing I want to talk about is something that really worries me about you. And
Is this an intervention?
this is an intervention. Josh sometimes he can be a little judgy. You can be a little judgy.
I'm not going to deny it.
I mean, you judge places over things that they literally can't control. Do you know what I mean?
I wouldn't say that's necessarily true. I mean, I can be a little judgy. Yes, I can. Like, there's a couple of examples, and I will admit to them, is with the food truck at Westside. I walked outside and I was like, man, that thing looks terrible, because that's how people are. That's what I've been trying to do. People come up to my business, and if it looks like trash, they're not going to want to come in.
I get it.
But yeah, and I was wrong. I didn't get to eat the food because I'm going to get into this in a minute, but I am judgy. I'm going to talk about one thing that I'm judging the hell out of, and I'm going to bash them for it.
Uh-oh. I know what it is, but hold on. Before we get into that, Josh likes to judge places. So I said, hey, I went to, what's the place I went to?
Dude,
what's the place I went to?
It's called Lucius Q.
Lucius Q. I went to Lucius Q downtown. It's in Pendleton. Krista and I and my parents went there. It was delicious. It was really good. The food, hold on. You will get your time, sir. You will get your time, sir. It was delicious. The food was really good. It really wasn't that expensive. It was $10 for a sandwich, and then it was $3 for a chili, and then beer, I don't know. But for a whole meal and 2 beers for myself and my wife, Krista, it was $35. That is cheaper than our J-Taps meals usually are. It's cheaper than a lot of places that we usually go. So it was really good, and it was really cheap, and the atmosphere was really cool. So I Marco Polo Josh, and I'm like, hey, man, we need to go to this place, Lucius Q, because it was really delicious, and I really liked it. And you're like, dude, I told you I've been there, and I just didn't like.
That is not how I sounded,
dude. I've been there, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like my experience. It was overpriced menu, and I didn't like what I got. And you want to know the reason why he thought this? Because he's an idiot. That's my Tubby Time thing. Josh is an idiot because he got brisket with no sandwich when it has sandwiches on the freaking menu. You just got brisket for $8. You didn't get a side because you didn't read the sides. It doesn't say you get sides with brisket, even though you just ordered brisket. So you ate the brisket, you got a beer, and then I don't know what else you did. But for some reason, Josh is judging places off of his stupid brain. And, Judgy Josh should be judged right back. And you are. You're getting judged by Judgy Jake.
Yeah, I could see that.
I'm Judge Jake.
Yeah, you're worked up,
Jake.
man.
Go ahead.
You're worked up.
Say what you got to say.
I mean, what I'm going to say about what you just said is that, you ever heard of a first impression? When you walk into a place and the guy goes in front of you and orders a pulled pork sandwich, he gets a sandwich, a side, a cornbread, and then you're like, you see brisket, you don't want sandwich. You know why you don't want a sandwich? Because you're trying to cut some carbs, okay?
You've never once tried to cut carbs.
I mean, I didn't complain about not having
that is
buns
not
with
why
dinner.
you ordered brisket.
But anyway, yeah, I was. I didn't want a sandwich. I didn't want all that bread.
Liar.
Dude, whatever. So I get one little piece of brisket, 3 pickles, and I already paid for it. The guy gives it to me, and I was like, did I get like a piece of cornbread or anything? No, you have to pay for that separately. I'm sitting here thinking, $8. I mean, the food was good. I'm just saying, if I went back, which I will, because I will go to places more than once, even if I have bad experience.
No, if I wouldn't make you go back, you wouldn't go back.
That's not true.
That's true.
Dude, okay, whatever. So anyway, you're so pissing me off about this whole thing. But I am going to talk about Judgy Josh a little bit just because I was pissed.
You were pissed.
Pissed.
This is Judgy Josh / Fat Josh.
So in my Tubby Time, I have a couple of them, but we talked about this last week, and it's just, have you ever been angry about your food, man? Like,
yes, we talked about this last week. I was pissed about Raising Cane's.
My wife was tired of waiting for the food truck to open. I was too. So I made the thing. I said, hey, let's Postmate some Chipotle. And she said, that's great. That's a great idea. So we did. And the one thing, so I tried Uber Eats first, and they didn't pick up a Chipotle. I tried Postmates, they did. So the difference between Postmates and Uber is you can't edit your order. So you can't ask for extra rice, extra cheese, extra beans, extra things that don't cost money. So anyway, shows up, pull my burrito out of the bag, and for you folks that are watching, it was only this big. It was a freaking taco. It wasn't a burrito. It was the littlest thing I've ever seen.
It was small.
I paid $10 for this thing because I got chicken with extra steak and what I normally get, and it was so tiny. And then my wife pulls out her guacamole. It's only half full, and it's brown. Like, I ate this burrito in such anger. Every bite, I just got more and more
he
mad.
was so pissed until the FC Cincinnati game came on.
And then I started winning money. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, just and then my wife kindly said, "Well, if you're still hungry, we can get something from the food truck." And so, I didn't want to get something right then because I just finished eating. So then I start worrying that they are going to run out of food. So then I kind of pace back and forth in front of the the food truck until I work out the courage to ask the lady how long they'd stay open.
You guys didn't even end up getting anything.
No, we didn't. No, we spent too much money.
All right, so I have two more, but one.
Okay.
Let me see. I don't. You pick something you never forget or mirror to reality. Pick one. Which one?
No, you do both. Those are pretty quick things. Just do both.
All right. So my one is, you know when you're feeling good about yourself and you look in the mirror and you're like, I look good tonight.
Yeah.
I don't look great. I don't look sexy. I look good.
You look good.
I'm feeling okay. You look in the mirror and you feel okay, but then when you look back on pictures, you're like,
Wasn't looking too
That
good.
is not what I remembered in the mirror. That's not what the mirror showed me.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just want to know how, and I know that it's a very weird conversation. We need to drink a lot more beer, but it's like a flip. So the mirror flips your image, the camera flips your image ish. So I mean, I've always thought of that. I've always wanted to see myself from
As
someone
yourself.
else's eyes. You know what I mean? Because I know a camera is technically, but it's not. You know what I mean?
Man, yeah, we need some more drinks for this conversation because I'm seeing you from a mirror's view. I'm not seeing you dead on. I'm seeing your reverse of you. You're basically asking
but then when you look in a mirror, you're seeing it in the reverse of the reverse.
Okay, so you're asking to pull your eyeballs out and be able to see behind. Like it doesn't.
No,
you're always going to see the reverse of you because you can't see yourself straight on.
I know. I'm saying
Even I'm looking at you straight on. I'm still looking at you reverse.
I'm saying since you look in a mirror, since I'm looking in a mirror at myself, which is a reverse.
Yeah.
Am I looking at a reverse of my reverse?
I really think if you use two mirrors, you could switch back around and be good.
So like a triple negative?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. And then my last one is something you never forget. Like when you eat something so good,
Come on.
good,
Come on.
that somebody mentions that place and that's all you can think about. The one that sticks in my mind, and I don't know if you remember, we went to the Rook.
Yeah.
And we got those gourmet
Corn dogs.
pizza rolls.
Oh, pizza rolls. Corn
Oh
dogs
my
are good, too.
gosh. Oh,
Those were good.
I hope they still have those. I don't think they do.
They probably do.
That was something that I had dreams about afterwards. I've had dreams about, and I just think about. Another thing is, and I might need to make a cookie after this, chocolate chip cookie. I went to Oak Hills and they cooked their cookies like halfway. And my tummy would always hurt after I ate them.
But they felt so good
But
going
it
down.
was so delicious going down. And then I would really struggle for like 2 hours until lunchtime. But it was so worth it.
See, that's what I always wonder with everybody because I'm the same way. Like that's why last week when I talked about Ryan's Steakhouse, like that's the first thing that comes to my mind because I got the same thing every time. I get nachos with nacho meat and cheese, and then I get a steak medium rare. And every time I think of that, like to this day, freaking 16 years later, if I went to a Ryan's Steakhouse, that's exactly what I would get. And then it's just like today, like even though we only got that one appetizer, but it's kind of like food identification. Like if somebody says fretboard to me, I'm gonna think of mac and cheese rolls.
Oh yeah, or their $12 pitchers.
Yeah, but anyway, so my last tubby time thing is, so we went to the mall today, like we were talking about, and
this is a good one.
We kind of walked into some places, and and I've known this because I've always been a bigger guy, so I kind of make fun of it. But I was really thinking about it today, and 2X is really the fat man's sweet spot.
It really is.
Like
I mean, if you can, I am at XL, so I am good with.
If
XL.
you can stay between X and 2X,
yeah,
like that's the way to be. Like you large, small, medium, extra small, mediums.
You
get
guys
the hell
aren't
out
real
of here.
men. You're not real men.
Come on.
You're not real men.
I walk
If
into
we
a
want
place-
to talk about real stuff, let's get into real stuff. If you are lower than an XL, you're not a real man.
You are dead to us.
You are a freaking woman, and we love women, but you're not a man. This world is getting so freaking feminized, and the people that don't have a little meat on their bones, guess what? Females.
but realistically,
we realistically we love all women.
I almost just got really deep with something, but I feel like with it being a
You're
fat
gonna
guy.
go deep like you did last
Yeah,
time.
I feel like being a fat guy. I don't get as much recognition as a skinny guy. As good looking as a tubby guy, I don't get as much recognition as
As being a good looking guy.
Hell yeah,
I think you're really good looking.
Oh, you're so sweet. but for real, I mean, like we went into Hot Topic today. I know that sounds so emo, but I'm an emo kid at heart, and plus they have way cool stuff in there. And this lady overhears me talking to Jake about how I'm never gonna get a shirt from here, and she goes, "Well, you can order them online." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm so fat, I got a special order my stuff. Thanks, lady."
Yeah, but then she's like, you're like, "Oh, well, thank you for telling me that." She's like, "Yeah, well, keep eating. I like to eat."
Yeah, she was a big girl too.
Dang. Oh, dang. No. There was something that you just said in that sentence before that I wanted to talk about and that I forget.
Don't matter. Move on. You should have wrote it down.
I hate my life. All right, we're going to get into the last thing. Before that, today's a sad day.
Yeah,
I don't know if we can get through it.
it was hard in the
It's
meeting.
taken 19 episodes, but we're finally doing an episode without doing Reading Reddit.
We're sorry, folks.
The reason that we didn't was we felt like we had enough stuff on this episode, and this is a beer episode, so we figured we could do without Reading Reddit.
Yeah,
So we are.
yeah.
All right.
Screw it.
Other than that, let's get into bottle, can, or draft. This is where we basically wrote down a list of 5 different beers/beer types. And if we like either drinking them from a bottle, a can, or drinking them, draft.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and get into it. How do you want to do this? Let's do it to where I will say one, you do the next one, and we'll count down. So like the first one is Guinness. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and then we'll say what our answer is.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yeah.
We'll probably have some similar answers. I got some surprises at the
Because
end.
realistically, what happened is we wanted to do this segment to where we had a draw to where one of us, because we couldn't agree on it. So finally, I was like, okay, let's pick these beers, and then we'll see who agrees on what.
All right. So the first one, Guinness.
Draft. Oh.
Oh my gosh, you already screwed it up. You already screwed it up.
Okay, let's redo that. Redo that.
Guinness. We'll go in 3, 2, 1. Draft. You already screwed it up. The very first one before we even count down, right after we explain the rules, you freaking mess it up. All right, so Guinness, yeah, it's better in draft. It's great in bottle too. It just isn't as crisp of a pour as it is when you're drinking it draft wise. Now we're hitting our groove. We're gonna have to videotape second episode. Now we're getting our groove. All right, you want to go with the second one?
Okay, yeah, our second one is KBB for
Bottle.
you folks. Don't do that every time.
Okay. Let's count down. Let's redo.
KBB, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel. 3, 2, 1.
Draft. No, just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Dude,
Bottle.
for real.
It's bottle.
It's bottle all
It's
day.
bottle. All right. So for us, whenever we have Kentucky Bourbon Barrel, if you haven't had it, go try it. It's our favorite beer.
It's my All Tech Brewing.
But whenever we drink it, it's just better from the bottle. It kind of tastes a little flat draft for some reason.
I don't know why, because
I don't
beer
either.
can't be flat.
No, well, I mean it can. Well, maybe not flat.
Beer's not carbonated.
Maybe not flat, but yeah, that's a weird one. All right, let's go with 3, and this one might surprise you. And let's actually count it down this time.
Let's do it correctly.
All right, let's try this slowly. Okay, ready? Domestic bottle. Damn it! I just screwed it up again. Oh my gosh! I swear this is not This is not something that we planned. This is so bad.
Folks, this is what happens.
Oh my gosh!
This is what happens when we do a beer episode.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's try it again. All right, number 3, domestic beer. Let's count it down. Domestic beer. We'll go in 3, 2, 1.
Draft.
Bottle. All right.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do this one right now, folks.
Do you want to explain it at all? So I really like.
Depends on where you're at, dude.
Yeah. I think bottle for me is just for domestic is just a little safer no matter where you go. So I can drink a bottle anywhere and it's most likely going to taste good. Draft, you can go to places that aren't as good. That's why I think that domestic for me, most of the time I'm going to get a bottle, like a bucket of beer with a bunch of bottles.
Yeah.
Draft sometimes is good too, but I just enjoy.
Just depends on where you're at. That's why I went with draft, just because I was thinking if I was at a place where I could have a domestic beer, it be draft, and I know that it's not gonna taste like trash.
Well, I mean that's a lot of things.
I go to J Taps and get a tall Bud Light and be fine.
All right, go with number 4.
Okay, so we're gonna do this one right. I swear it to you. So number 4 is Belgian triple style beer, and we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1.
Bottle in the glass.
Dang, dude. Okay,
Bottle in the glass.
I said anyway.
The best way to drink a
I could do
triple
it anyway.
is a bottle. You have the bottle
and you pour it in the glass.
you pour it into the glass.
Yeah.
That is the best way for me because you get the aromatic nature happening, so you can really taste and you can really smell. You can really smell it in your nose and you can really taste it on your tongue and the back of your throat.
See, I'm anyway with the Belgians.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
I'll drink
Josh,
it right out of a
obviously,
can.
you can
I'll
drink
drink
it
it.
anyway.
But I
the
don't-
question
there's-
is bottle, can, or draft. If you had to choose one, what would you choose?
I would prefer to take it out of the bottle or can and pour it into a glass.
Okay, there you go. Jeez, friggin', you haven't gotten one of these right. Except for Kentucky Bourbon Barrel.
Kentucky bourbon bottle.
Yeah. All right, number 5. This one is fairly similar to a couple of the other ones because those are craft
I think you're
beers
going
as
to be
well.
thrown off by this one.
Craft beer. Can in the glass. I messed it up.
It doesn't matter, but that's exactly what I said too.
Is it?
Can you learn how to count down things?
1, 2, 3.
Can in the glass. So for you folks that weren't in our meeting,
Which they weren't.
yeah, I know nobody was.
For you guys that weren't with us when we were talking about the show.
We were keeping these answers secret, and apparently we are terrible at planning things out for our show. So anyway,
that wasn't very good.
hey, I think the folks will like it. I was laughing pretty hard at it.
I mean, if people can laugh at our stupidity because
That's
we
great.
can't even do a
That's the
segment,
reason we made this show.
Yeah.
We didn't make this show to be perfect. We made this show to people to get laughs and for us to
guess
remember
so.
what we do.
I'm sad.
Oh, shut up.
We messed up a segment. Okay, real quick.
Won't be
let's
the
just,
first, won't be the
let's-
last.
Yeah, let's just jump in. We wanted, since this is a brewery beer episode, we wanted to talk about, and we can do them rapid fire. I'll talk about mine. You talk about yours.
Okay.
Our favorite. Are you getting confused?
I got worried for a second. I was like, well, you said we're not doing a top 5.
Our favorite brewery, the very number one
That's so
favorite brewery, and let's you go first. Let's not count down because we failed at that.
3, 2, 1. Not gonna do it. Dude, I was struggling with this because it's so hard. There's so many, and there's so many different reasons I like certain breweries. But when I was thinking about it, narrowing it down between the beer styles, the atmosphere, it not just because we were there today, but I was going to say Fretboard because it is in my top 4.
They have good beers.
But shout out to a place I like going to, though we don't go to that much. 13 Below. Hit
Wow.
my schnifter.
I'm
blown away.
I'm very surprised that is your. I mean, I love their beer. They have a.
Oh, I'm excited.
I'm
to hear
very
yours
good.
now. And I know what you thought I was going to
Yeah,
say.
I'm very happy that they always have a Belgian triple on tap because it's one
That
of my
was
favorites.
the decider.
It's so good.
Because a lot of other breweries, when I was thinking about it, I'm like, my beer taste has changed.
Yeah.
And I look for a certain thing. I used to be anything that was an IPA. I
Yeah.
would drink it. Now I want something else. Go ahead, your
Triples,
turn.
Belgian triples are for me. I'm gonna hit this real quick. My favorite brewery has my favorite beer, and I can drink it any day, anytime. It's Taft Ale House.
Yeah, I knew that. That
Taft
wasn't
Ale
a
House.
surprise.
The atmosphere. They have 3 different levels.
It's
They
a great
have a
place.
bar level at the bottom if you just want to be at a bar. They have another bar level at the very top that is awesome. It's really cool with the scenery and
Yeah,
the
the
stained
story,
glass
you
and
can
the
see all
story.
that cool stuff.
Yeah, it's super awesome. And then they also have a restaurant with really good food. So there's a lot that you can do there. Cherrywood is my favorite beer.
Yep.
So Taftdale House is
love
definitely
Taft.
my favorite. It's such a great place to go drink a beer. All right, thank you guys for listening to episode 19, our beer episode of J&J Adventures. We'll do these kind of things more often, and hopefully you guys enjoyed, and please
Come on.
stay sexy.